one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story comes to us from The Guardian, and it's one that I've been wanting to get to for a while, but there's so much to bring. I got so much to bring you in stories. It's just story after story. But today, we're going to cover this one, and it's another one where attorney Ben Crump is taking the reins to help the family, where deputies responding to a disturbance call at a Florida apartment complex burst into the wrong unit, hear that, and fatally shot a black U.S. Air Force airman who was home alone when they saw he was armed with a gun. An attorney for the man's family said. Now, Senior Airman Roger Fortson, who was only 23 years old, was based at the Special Operations Wing at Hurlburt Field and was in his off-base apartment in Fort Walton Beach when the shooting happened. It's a couple weeks ago.
Warning: some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Sheriff's office, open the door! Sheriff's office, open the door! Step out. Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
It's over there.
Drop the gun!
I don't have it.
312, shots fired. Suspect down. Do not move!
The civil rights attorney Ben Crump said in a statement that Fortson was on a FaceTime call with a woman at the time of the encounter, so they have a witness. Now, according to Crump, the woman, whom Crump did not identify, said Fortson was alone in his apartment when he heard a knock at the door. He asked who was there, but he did not get a response. A few minutes later, Fortson heard a louder knock, but did not see anyone when he looked through the peephole. Now, Crump, citing the woman's account, said all this, and he says the woman said Fortson was concerned and went to retrieve his gun. Well, yeah, somebody's knocking on the door, you don't see anybody, which Crump said was legally owned. Legally. As Fortson walked back through his living room, deputies burst through the door, saw that Fortson was armed, and shot him 6 times. Now, that's according to Crump's statement. And the woman said Fortson was on the ground saying, "I can't breathe," after he was shot. Fortson died at a hospital, according to officials. The deputy involved in the shooting was placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. We call that on vacation. The woman said Fortson was not causing a disturbance during their FaceTime call and believes that the deputies must have had the wrong unit. But the circumstances surrounding Roger's death raise serious questions that demand immediate answers from authorities, especially considering the alarming witness statement that the police entered the wrong apartment. Yeah. Crump said in the statement, "We are calling for transparency in the investigation into Roger's death and the immediate release of body cam video to the family." His family and the public deserve to know what occurred in the moments leading up to this tragedy, says Crump. Now, Crump is based out of Tallahassee, Florida, it says, and he has been involved in multiple high-profile law enforcement shooting cases involving black people, including those of Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, Tyree Nichols, and George Floyd. Crump and Fortin's family plan to speak at a news conference at Fort Walton Beach. They've already done that. They did the news conference last week, I think it was. The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office said in a statement last week that a deputy responding to a call of a disturbance in progress at the apartment complex reacted in self-defense after encountering an armed man. Self-defense. He's got a gun. Man, I thought I was going to die. As he's like, you're in the wrong apartment, first of all. The office did not offer details on what kind of disturbance the deputies were responding to or who called them. Of course not. The sheriff's office also declined to immediately identify the responding deputies or their races. The office did not respond to an email. They're not going to respond. Look, I'm not going to read that part because they're not going to respond to requests for comment. They're not going to do it. Oh, he's got a gun. We better shoot him because we could die. You're in the wrong apartment. He wasn't even going to shoot you. He was probably going to go, oh, cops. I didn't know who it was or whatever. That's probably what he was going to do or say. Instead, so you think you're free in America? Not if the cops can bust your door in. No, you're not.